Now that we're going to cover what are the elements on your business card that you should add there.
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
So there's a lot of information you can add, like your name, your phone number, your email, your social media, your Twitter, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your link to your blog, link to your website, your picture, right? There's so many things you can't add at all, or it's gonna make your business card explode. It's gonna be too much. And if it's too much, it's gonna be bad, because it's like it's gonna be confusing and it's gonna be cluttered and mess. So always, of course, you should add your name. No question about it, of course. The next thing, you should have your email. The next thing, you should have what's called a catchphrase. Catchphrase is kind of important. For me, sometimes a simple catchphrase is like, let's say, founder of my business of Problemio or whatever, right? Or maybe I can have a better catchphrase. Let's say if I'm doing a professional business card marketing sort of and networking, I'm gonna have multiple kinds of business cards printed, and they're all gonna sell me in a different way depending on who I'm talking to and what I'm branding, right? So let's say I'm talking to a potential sales client they're an older person, they are interested in business. I can sell them my books, because older people generally, I don't want to stereotype, but demographically, it's basically known that older people they read more, younger people, they do apps. So it's not like I'm stereotyping. These are actual statistics. There are statistics behind my statements. I don't want to offend anyone. But basically, if I see that they're an older person, typically they're more likely to have money, typically they're more likely to read, and typically they are more likely to buy services like coaching, whereas young people are less likely to do that. So if they're an older person, and in my conversation with them, I get a sense that they might appreciate these things, I give them the business card that might be like, my headline there, my catchphrase might be 3-time Amazon best-selling author, which will immediately be for older people. That's an impressive thing that really impresses them, and boom, immediately you stand out. Or you can do like, or whatever your catchphrase is. Mine can also be like business coach who's helped over 1,000 people, or anything that really helps you stand out, and so they will know what to buy from you, right? Or if, let's say, you're a great marketer, you're a consultant, then you say, like world-class marketer, or great best SEO, marketer, something. Not, you shouldn't say like best SEO marketer. That's a bad example, but something like that, so that they know what to get from you. They know what value you offer immediately. Okay, it kind of gets their mind to the top of your sales funnel, right? It's the beginning of how you try to sell them things. So the catchphrase is very important. So far we have your name, your catchphrase, your email. Phone number on the card is kind of like, sometimes for many businesses it's still necessary. I actually don't add it anymore, because I don't actually want people to call me at random times, because why don't they just email me or something like that, right? But that's just unique from my own preference and my own situation. Years ago, a phone number would be automatic that you would add it. Now, you would give it a second thought maybe. You also want to add social media URLs, right? But at the same time, if your business isn't exactly social media, why are you really, it's fine to add your Twitter handle or your LinkedIn, but in a sense, most people add their social media URLs. But what I like to do is actually have less sort of URLs, and maybe have one URL where it's the top of a sales funnel. Okay, so maybe like your website, which has some offering, and depending on what you think that person will buy, you give them that card which has that website with the offering, right? Usually, like, people might carry one or two business cards. They might have created one or two kinds of business cards for different things that they sell. In many cases, it can be like 3 or 4, right? Because you want to, if you're trying to sell with it, it makes a huge difference what kind of thing you're selling them. So if they like one thing, sell them that thing. If they like another thing, don't sell them things they don't like. Sell them what they're comfortable consuming. This is key. You don't want to sell or promote things to people that they don't necessarily like. There should be no convincing. They should be like, oh, you like this thing? I've got that. That will increase your sales and engagement conversion manyfold, right? This is really one of the keys, because most people make the mistake of just having, it's not a mistake, but it's, if you really promote your business and yourself with business cards, a more professional approach is to identify a couple of very key sales funnels for you and have business cards created that lead people right to those funnels. This is why it's also optional to have your social media URLs, unless your business is social media, like unless you are a social media marketer, unless you have a big YouTube channel. But if it's not too related, why confuse the card? Give them your maybe your LinkedIn to follow you, maybe your Twitter, whichever you prefer, but I'd not focus on it. I would instead focus on a link to your offering. And if you don't necessarily have an offering, maybe just your website, or at least somewhere where they can somehow engage with your business. That's my preference, okay? Because if you're networking with them, if you're just networking, doesn't matter how they contact you. Email is fine, you will follow up. But if you're selling something, you want to send them to the top of your sales funnel. And I mean, let's be honest here. Who are we kidding? Of course you want to sell something. You're in business. Why else would you be watching this? You're trying to promote your business, right? So you're trying to promote your business, identify your sales funnels, make the cards that send the right people to the right sales funnels. It will really help you be far more successful. Most people don't do what I'm explaining that you should do. But if you do what I'm explaining here, you will see a really big difference in how your business card marketing performs for you, right? You want to sell things to people who need those things and be ready for that with your business cards.